Thank you for tuning in to the best parenting show on the internet, Post Daily Dose.
It's the Post. It's the Post. It's the Post. The Post Daily Dose. It's the Post. It's the Post. It's the Post. The Post Daily Dose. It's the Post. It's the Post.
Hey, good morning, Facebook. Good morning, beautiful people. It is wonderful Wednesday. Welcome to another episode of Morning Motivation with Big Papa. Headed to the gym. Today is, no, it's not to start adding a fifth day of working out. So that's what I was thinking. So no, today is not Wednesday. Don't get confused. Today's Thursday. Terrific Thursday. What was Tuesday? I'm gonna have to maybe think about those acronyms. So it's leg day, and getting ready to go get the grind on. Running a little bit behind. Should already been gone. So I'm thinking I might actually have to start waking up another 30 minutes early, because I want to get in my Inside the Parenting Matrix lesson of the day first thing in the morning. So when those of you who are joining me starting tomorrow, it's going down tomorrow. Hey Heidi. Hi Suzanne from Scotland. Good to see you, beautiful people. It's going down tomorrow. So for those of you who will be joining me, I'm going to be adding the message, the lesson of the day first thing in the morning. So that's probably going to have me get up at 3 a.m. instead of 3:30, because to get my goals written and get out of the door by 4:45 to get to the gym by 5, it's going to be cutting it too tight. And as I told you guys, I like to ease into my day. So the good book says that there are 3 variables that are critical to any success, which brings us to our morning subject matter for morning motivation. And those are focus, persistence, and hey Stefan, and faith. Focus, perseverance, and faith. Anything that you want to accomplish, anything that you want to move into success, is going to require those 3 things. Oh, you heard my radar detector telling off on me. You have to be focused. And this is an area that I've struggled with, because I like to have several things going on. And I think it just kind of feeds the way my brain operates, because I can only focus on one thing, for a few hours, and then I just kind of shut down. And so I like to have another thing that I can move to. And I actually learned this about myself when I was in junior high school. I used to study with the radio on, and then what I learned is that by studying with the radio on, when I would be studying, I would get distracted. I would get distracted on the music, and then I could listen to the music for a minute, bob my head, and then I was able to go back to my work. And so, it's kind of now as an adult, I always have several different little projects going on. I've been an entrepreneur since I was 6 years old, so one of my loves is just business, and I do business consulting on the side. It has nothing to do with children and families and mental health, and it's just whatever various business, just because I've been an entrepreneur for 20 years. So because I've been involved in various businesses. I enjoy it. It's one of my passions. It's one of the things I'll continue to do. I'll always work to support families and parents and children because that's what God made me to do. But I'll also have, my other little ventures and side projects that I like to do. So if any of you have your own business, or if you've ever thought about starting your own business and you just want to chat and you want to, have someone give you some perspective, I love that kind of stuff. So just hit me up. We can talk. And so focus has been challenging because there are times when I've taken on too many projects and then I've not been as focused as I should be. And then because of that, I wonder if I'm ever going to get passed by a police officer and my light's going to be on. He's going to see my phone lit up. If I'm going to get in trouble for that, even though I'm not looking at my screen, I'm looking straight ahead. So focus is important, and the times in my life when I've been the most successful. And what's interesting is that as it regards this work with families and children, the post work, the love-based parenting stuff, I was so focused on that for probably, I'm gonna say 12 years. 12 years, 12 years probably. I mean, just hardcore. Just focused to the point that I burned myself out. I mean, I didn't have any other room for anything else. It was all I wanted to do. All I wanted to do was study and work with families and go deeper. And I burnt myself out. And so I had to take a sabbatical. And, really this past year has been me coming back. I've kind of been in the shadows, running some other projects, working on some other stuff, and always doing some lectures here and there and consulting here and there, writing the occasional thing. But I really needed to get away, take a little sabbatical, regain some perspective, and then come back. And so it's been really cool to get back in the game refreshed, and just even having more depth, I believe, and understanding than I did when I left and when I was doing it so much. So sometimes your focus, it's good to be obsessed. Grant Cardone's one of my business mentors. He says you got to be obsessed, and I tend to be pretty obsessive. So focus is critical, and then perseverance, persistence. It's the same. This is always everything I talk about applies to parenting. You got to be willing to persevere. Things are not always going to be easy. Things are going to be challenging. They're supposed to be challenging. Things that are worth accomplishing are going to require you to have to persevere, because that's where you get the growth. You don't get the growth when it's easy. You don't get to the next level. I call it the next dimension when it comes easy. That's comfort. Comfort is the dimension we currently exist. We're already there. So if you just want to be comfortable and you don't want to grow, then you don't have to do anything different. Just keep doing what you're doing. But if you want to grow, if you want to get to the next dimension, if you want to get to the next reality of you, if you want to become a new person, a bigger person, a deeper person, a more mindful, more aware person, you've got to face challenges. You've got to challenge yourself, and you've got to be willing to persevere when shit gets rough. It's just that simple, because it is the very nature of the shit getting rough that tells you that you are growing, that you are challenging yourself. It's just like I've got one of my goals is there's this process in the gym called the decline press, where it's like you're almost laying upside down. And one of my goals is to do 405 pounds on the decline press. And right now I can do it for 8 reps. And so right now, last week I did 4 reps. That's hard. Let me tell you something. I've got a brace on my knee, because I kind of pulled something just doing the decline press. But that's a beautiful thing. I mean, I'm trying to do 405 pounds for 8 reps. I did 4 reps, and I think it was on that 4th rep that I popped a little tendon or something in my knee. It's essential. And I think that probably sounds sadistic to the average person, but it is essential that my tendons, my ligaments, whatever, that they be stretched. That sometimes they might have to pop because they're not used to handling that amount of weight. And so they have to regrow and has to strengthen to get me up to that next level. And so it's the same thing in parenting. It's the same thing in anything you do. You've got to be willing to deal with the pain, because the pain tells you that you are going through your comfort zone. And when you start going through your comfort zone, you're going to deal with some stuff that's not going to feel good. And that's why you got to be willing to persevere. And then the third is faith. You have to have the faith that what you're doing, the road you're walking, the journey you're on, the path that it's worth it. And it is going, keep losing my signal a little bit, it's going to happen for you. If you just stay focused, if you just persevere, if you have faith, Napoleon Hill said what the mind of man can conceive, so what you can create in your mind and what you can believe. So you have to think it, you have to see it. You have to see it in your mind, and you have to believe that it's possible. That's the faith the mind can achieve. So what the mind of man can conceive and believe, it can achieve. And Heidi says, and if you have had enough. Good morning, Kirsten. What does that mean, Heidi? And if you have had enough? Now, I'm going to have to sign off because I'm at the gym and I'm actually 5 minutes late. Focus, perseverance, and faith. Anything you do is going to require those three things for success. God bless you. Big Papa loves you. I'm going to go get in this work. Go put in this work. Anytime you guys want to come to Oklahoma City, join me on a workout. Heidi said, just done paying the price of broken kids. That's a price worth paying. And sometimes it feels like you've had enough. Sometimes it feels like you've had enough, and that's where the perseverance comes in. That's what I'm talking about. And sometimes we got to take a break. Sometimes we got to take a step back. We got to take a day of rest. We got to do whatever we can to take care of ourselves. But that's the perseverance I'm talking about. And the faith comes in believing and knowing that if you continue to persevere, things are going to work out for you. Starting tomorrow, we're going into the Matrix. I hope you join me. You're invited. Just go to theparentingmatrix.com. If you're not a part, please join. Think about it. It's going to be amazing. It's going to be powerful. Big Papa loves you. We'll talk to you tomorrow.